Those are new cards. Good evening. Ooh, these are stiff. We're going to have to work these a little bit to get them to shuffle properly. These are nice out of the box. Good evening. How are you doing? There we go. We'll break them in yet. You could call it magic. We're going to do some tarot card readings tonight. Maybe I'll read yours. First, we have to get this deck mixed up a little bit. Good evening. How are you doing? I feel so fancy in my new rings. Hey there. Renee, I think you should be first, if you consent, of course, to having a tarot card read. Thank you, Crystal. You think I look like Superman? This is a chunky deck. There's so many possibilities in here. Oh yes. Hey there. Good to see you. Good to see you, Pub. Now, are you ready to have your future read? Hey, good to see you. Now, Renee, you're first. I need you to think of a number between 1 and 5. Say it. Everyone else think about that. What's that number? Thank you very much. That pops you up, Crystal. If you want to be read. Now, there are a lot of different readings that we can do. 3. Very good. 1. 2. 3. 1. 2. 3. 1. 2. I'm doing very well, thank you. 3. Now, let's begin. Renee, we start here. This is staves. I'm sorry, Renee, about being right, but I think you understand. This is about your past. Do I even need to say anything? This is about past injuries. But you see, this is a survivor. He's taken the injury that was given him, and he's moving forward. My name is Michael. And that's exactly what you've done. This is your past, but it is not your future. You understand, Renee? This is not your future. Okay. Good evening. Now, this is your present. we see the wands again. They are aligned against you. Hit after hit after hit after hit. Does this look familiar, Renee? Everything is coming at you at once. It's like in an anime when the bad guy throws 1,000 things at you at once. Does that feel familiar? I'm sorry. I know things are hard right now. Yeah. But that's not why we're really here, are we? Though I do want to say with this, right here, this is what I want you to watch out for, okay? I want you to watch out for things getting worse before they get better again, okay? Just because things get worse doesn't mean they're going to stay that way, okay? But it does mean you might have some dips in the next few months. So I just wanted you to know that. Okay. Now, thank you, Akata. Look at your future, Renee. We have Queen. We have the pentagram. We have magic. There is a lot going on here. Do you see how much more is going on here than your past? Look how barren. Look how barren your past was. Look at your future. Now, does this future show great riches? Maybe. But that's not what it's showing. It's showing power, wisdom. Look at the grapes and within ready reach. Fulfillment, satiation, enjoyment. Think about exactly, Tia. Look at that bright color. Look at those contrasts to before, the drab. Look at what's coming. This is the most interesting. Look there at that little bird. And look at what she is looking at. You're going to get a sign soon that's going to take you out of this. It's going to take you past that dip and forward. And it's all going to come from that sign. It's going to lead you to wisdom, contentment, and new fertile fields. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Crystal. Now, I hope that was a good reading for you, Renee. Now, it is very important that I do not put these back on the top. I'm very glad, Renee. Now, Crystal, I apologize, everyone, for being this way, but I do have to support my channel. So if you do give gifts, I do have to bump you to the top. However, Cat, I haven't forgotten you. Pup, I haven't forgotten you, just so you know. Everyone who wants one within the time frame will get one. Thank you, Pup. Now, I'm really glad, Renee. I'm glad that was helpful. Now, Crystal, this is very important. Do you consent to having your cards read? Because I will not read your cards without your consent. That goes for everyone in here. That is very important. Good. Now, Crystal, thank you so much, Lindsay. Now, Crystal, I want you to say a number between 1 and 5. Two. Interesting. We are going to take the deck, and I'm going to remove 2 different sections. 1, 2. Now I'm going to shuffle these both twice. 1, 2. Thank you, Pub. Thank you, Okada. 1. You'll also get a reading, Okada. Everyone gets a reading. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now, Crystal, are you ready to see your past? I'll show you that again in a moment. Are you ready to see your present? One of the major arcana. Interesting. And are you ready to see your future? Yes. Let's see what we shall see. Crystal. Hello, Jesse. I want you to calm yourself. I want you to center yourself. I want you to send out your good intentions. Now, let me pull all of these out so you can see them. We are going to start first with the Knight of Pentacles. This is, again, a major card. You've got 2 of the 3 major. That is interesting. Now, Crystal, I want you to look at the Knight. First of all, of course, he has the pentacle, the symbol of magic, the symbol of power, the symbol of knowledge, and he's looking off into the distance. Now, Crystal, tell me that you never did that as a child, that you never looked off in the distance and would just stare off in the distance and wonder. You probably even remember a sky that looked a little bit like that when you would look out. Many times, many times. You thought deeply, and not everyone understood that, did they? Not everyone understood what was going on inside your head. Hello there. And that was pretty hard, because what do we see about the Knight? He's alone. Now, I'm not saying that you were completely alone. What I am saying is that you felt alone a lot of the time. And I'm sorry for that. But we're not done yet. This is just your past. Now, this is very important, Crystal, because this is your present. A lot of people ignore the present, but think about it. The present is how the future comes to be. The wheel of fortune is literally spinning for you right now. Things are happening in your life right now, and you've felt it. You probably don't even get kept up awake until recently, where things have been weighing on you. Look at this fella. The wheel is crushing down on him. But he's not alone. There are the 4 representative, possibly, of the 4 apostles, but also of the 4 realms of knowledge. There are infinite possibilities right now for you. There are also dangers. I'm not going to lie about that. You know about that too. And so I do want you to be mindful, but I want you to know that this on the top, that's you. What do you got there? You got a sword. You have a sword, and you have the ability to move forward and to transverse this giant rolling wheel that is taking you into the future. Now, all of that I just said is very, very vague. Now let's get a little more specific. What this is telling me is that this wheel is going to come to a stop relatively soon, which means that you've been asked to make a decision. And you're going to have to make it soon. The good news is you have everything you need. You know in your heart what is the right thing to do. You know what's going to get you past this. And I believe in you. Are you ready for your future, Crystal? Now, this may seem ominous, but as you know, things are often not what they seem. This knight is at rest. This knight is at peace. This knight is not dead. This knight is at rest. Remember, you have everything you need. You have your sword. And you can take that sword and not only use it, but multiply it. You can become more. You can become 3 times as powerful, as influential, as rich as you are now. And the way that you do that is by choosing what you know is right, even if it's hard, even if you're worried that you may be crushed under the wheel. You know you have the power. And what this will lead is, remember I told you that you would stare off into the distance. Remember I told you that you were staying up awake at night, wondering. This is a person who can go to sleep at night at peace. And that's exactly what I want for you, Crystal. Make that choice. Make the choice that you know is right. You will be successful, and you will triple in your worth. Okay? Very good. Now, again, it is very important that I do not put these in the same place. Yes, sleep is one of the most wonderful things there is. Now, I did get a gift from, yes, Okada. So Okada, if you consent, I will read your fortune next. I need to shuffle these a little bit. Sleep is a gift, Renee. But only if you consent, Okada. I will not read your future without your consent. By the way, because you did give a gift, and thank you, Crystal. Pup, you are next. Hello. Good, Okada. Now, Okada, oh, I'm sorry, Nix. Sleep is a gift. I will do as many as I can, okay? I will do as many as I can. You're coming up, Kat. Right now we're doing Okada. Now, Okada, I apologize if the thing is scrolling quickly. I need a number from you, Okada, between 1 and 5. I need a number from you between 1 and 5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Defy. I'm doing well, bye. I need a number between 4. Aren't we adventurous? Now. One, 2, 3. I now have 4 piles. Okada, this is very important. I need you to say one more number between 1 and 4. Say a number between 1 and 4. This is very important. Okay, we're going to take the second pile. We're going to set it aside. We're going to use the remaining piles, and we're going to draw. Here we go. Ooh, the Knight of Wands is your past. The Queen of Pentacles is your present. Well, I'm not going to show you this one just yet. I'm going to hide this one, okay? You'll see. Now, Okada, this is the Knight of Wands. Look carefully at this knight. Look at the expression on his face. Does he look happy to you? No. Now, he has a very powerful steed, just like you are a very powerful individual, Okada. You have an inner strength. This is your inner strength. This is the raging horse that is almost unstoppable. This is your intellect. This is your ego. The two pulling at each other, pulling and pulling. You have been trying to pull yourself into alignment your entire life. And it hasn't been easy, has it been, Okada? Now, you've got this. This is your intellect. This is your reason trying to impose itself on your id, on your desires, on your raging passion. But it hasn't been easy. You see the look on his face. And you're like, whack, whack, whack. So we're going to come back to this, okay? Because this is really important. Because remember, talking about your past isn't just what happened. Talking about your past is what's coming. It informs your future, okay? So I don't want you to forget the Knight of Wands, the stick that you're trying to use to guide your future. So we're going to put that here. Okay. Now, the Queen of Pentacles. Now, think about this. The Queen of Pentacles is sitting down. She is quiet. She is contemplative. She's laying in a garden, sitting in a garden, and she is trying to think on this pentacle. She is considering it very hard. Now, your whole life, Okada, you have been raging forward, whipping this way and that, trying to get yourself under control. And in the last 6 months, you have suddenly found a moment of stillness, not of your own design. Thank you, by the way. Not of your own design. And that is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. For the first time in your life, really, you have been able to think and consider and wonder and you're realizing the power that you have and the potential that you have. Now, this is dangerous, this chair right here, because that can be a prison. That can be something that holds you in place. It's good to stop and rest and think and contemplate, but this wasn't your choice. You didn't choose to stop. You were forced to stop. Now, I want you to think about that really, really hard. Okay? Because the last card is a lot, and you're going to have a chance in the very near future. You're going to have a chance to sit up from that chair. Okay? You're going to have a chance to sit up from that chair, and as soon as you do, you're going to be right back here. Okay? And I don't want you to be. I don't want you to be there. The last card is the Hierophant. And I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. I've heard it pronounced a few different ways. But this is one of the most powerful cards in all of the deck. This is a major arcana. This is a high priestess. You can see that she's giving a blessing and they are kneeling before her. She has her scepter in her hand. She is crowned. She is powerful. She is respected. She sits upon the throne and those kneel before her. You have an amazing future ahead of you. An incredible future ahead of you. But it's going to be hard because this chair, look at the bottom here. Look at that. It's almost like bones. They're trying to hold you down. They're trying to keep you still. It's been helpful. It's been helpful, but it's keeping you from going to here. So when you get up from that chair, when you're finally free, when you're finally able to move forward, there's going to be this again. There's going to be the temptation for this again. And I want you to bring these two together. You're going to use everything that you've learned here. You're going to use everything that you've learned here, and you're going to bring these two together. And I'm not being general now. What you're going to do is you're going to use this stick to guide this beast, that part of you that is so strong and so powerful, but also uncontrolled. What you're going to do is you're going to use that stick and you're going to say things like, I'm going to have ice cream on Sunday if I go to the gym every other day this week. Whack. You're going to give it a little whack on the head, okay? You're going to use this intellect and reason to guide your passions. And it's going to spur you forward, and you're going to be able to do things that nobody else can. You're going to lift yourself out of that chair, and you are going to move towards a place of power and a place of fulfillment. And you're going to do it by turning this wand into the scepter. You're going to use that intellect to your advantage, and you're going to use it for good purpose. You are very smart, and you know you are. And you're going to use that intellect to become an amazing human being, which you already are, by the way. You will not be stuck in the chair, because this chair is a prison. This chair is freedom. And you're going to get out of this chair and you're going to get into this one. You're going to get into this one where you are in power, not imprisoned. Okay? I believe in you, Okada. Now, it's very important that I put these up. Now, the next person who's going to be read is Pup. I've done several readings right now, so we need to take a second and I need to really reshuffle these. I can't let You are very welcome, Okada. I can't let anyone else's energy get on here, okay? So we're just going to take a moment. Well, William, I will be happy to, assuming we have time. I'm going to try to get as many readings as I can. I do have to prioritize people who have, thank you so much, Okada, given gifts, because I have to support my channel, but thank you. Exactly, Renee. We all can tell about our future. Now, Pop, I need you to give me a number. I need you to give me a number. Well, I'm sorry, 1 to 5. Yes, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Give me one more number, Pup. Five. Hello, Hound. The reason you are all getting this today is because of Hound. Thank you for the tiny diny. Someone sent me a little lizard ring, and it's amazing. Thank you, Hound. So, Pup, I want you to say stop whenever it feels right. Whenever it feels right, say stop. Perfect. Past. Look familiar, Renee? Present. Future. Now, let's talk about this, Pup. We've already discussed this with Renee, but this is your past, not your present. This is your past, not your present. This is injury after injury, after attack, after attack, after slight reprieve, after injury, after injury, after injury. Does that sound familiar, Pop? Does that look at all familiar to you? Accurate. I'm sorry, by the way. I don't like being right about those things. Now, this is your present. We've got the 3 of Swords, pierced through the heart. Now, I don't mean to be reductive to you, because there's more to it than that. I want you to know that, Pup. But this is a transformative card. You are being changed by this. These have come and they have attacked you. And you have reached the point in your life where you have been injured so badly that it should have been fatal. But you can't be stopped, can you, Pup? There are lots of time in your life. If I was to ask you some very specific questions, you would probably tell me, yeah, I probably shouldn't be alive right now. Would that be accurate? I probably shouldn't be alive. And as you know, 3 swords through the heart will do it. That'll do it. People don't survive that. But you did. You did. Exactly, Pup. You not only survived, but this is transformative. Look in the background. The rain is falling down. Rain washes away magical enchantments, magical curses. It is a renewal. The rain is coming down, and it is going to wash things away. And that's why we come to your future, pup. You already know what this is. Now let's talk about this future. This is no coincidence. This is your past. This is your future. See any similarities? But there is a big, big difference. The same things that tried to harm you, the same things that tried to pierce your heart and into you, now they prop you up. They have become a source of nourishments and strength. Look at the bounty that is on here. And look here. We have man and woman. We have the two of them. And we have change. Woman to man. Fulfillment. We have a bright future, a castle, a strong castle, a home for you, a transformation. And this, everything in your past that has tried to drag you down is now making you stronger, is now making you full and content. So I want you to remember, pup, that you're here right now. The pain you feel is real. You're not imagining it. Don't let anybody gaslight you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You have been through some shiznat and you're hurting. But you are going to come through it. You are going to see the other side. And you are going to become the person that you want it to be. And by the way, you're going to become stronger than everyone who tried to beat you down. You're going to look back at them and you're going to smile because they will have no power over you. I'm very proud of you, pup. Now, I really need to put these cards out. Exactly, Goth. Celebration. Now, I need to do a little more shuffling. Now, is Cat still there? Cat, are you still there? I'm going to try to read as many people as I can. Technically since college, Amalia, which is a long time for me. Now, if Cat is not still there, we can move on. Let me see. I did have a specific request from Allie. So Allie, all that I need is I must have your consents. I must have your consent. And then I just need a number. So Allie, exactly, Renee. Exactly, Renee. Now, Allie, first of all, do I have your consent? And if so, I need you to give me a number between 1 and 5. Consent is key. Consent is key. Absolutely. Are you there, Allie? So otherwise I'll need to move on to someone else. Okay. Hound. I think we have to add Hound at this point because nothing of this would be happening if it weren't for Hound, since Hound was the one who got me these wonderful cards. So, first, only with your consent, Hound. And secondly, I need a number if you do. Oh, do we, Goth? Well, it's also because the deck is so chonky that it makes a regular shuffle challenging. So I tend to do this. But, oh, I'm sorry, a number between 1 and 5, Hound. I assume that your number between means that you do consent, but I will not do this without your consent. It is very important that I do not read your future without your consent. But if you do consent, then just give me a number between 1 and 5. Well, if it's smaller, ooh, 5, aren't we being fancy? See, if it's smaller, then I will do a classic shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, those are some big boys indeed. Past. Ooh. Present. Interesting. Guys, we're not supposed to get this many repeats. What is up with you guys tonight? Thank you, Audria, for making yours my first gift. Your first gift. Thank you. I appreciate that. And future. Guys, this is getting a little spooky. Not supposed to have this many repeats. Let's talk about your past, Hound. Look at this. First of all, come on, Hound, you're making it too easy for me. I know Fable. I know how important dogs are to you, and period. So that's we're not even going to talk about that because that's too easy. I mean, look at her name, everybody. Her name is Hound. Now, so obviously there's that. But we see here, we see this gentleman, and he is the one that the hounds are paying attention to. He is the wise one. He is the one who thinks. He is the one who considers. While these people are off doodly 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 doo. Definitely, Hound, you were not the one in class who did your work while the other people screwed around, were you? Definitely not. You were out partying all night, right? You weren't doing your work? Yeah. Good to see you. A family of bandits. I love it. So this is your past. This is a life spent in study and working hard and contemplation and paying attention to things in life to the exclusion of those who wanted to partay. So let me know if any of that's hitting for you. Thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate that. So this is your past. You study people. Very good. So we can look here and see. If you look very carefully, he's actually not looking at the dogs. He's actually technically looking into the middle distance here. But you see the family, the child. He's actually looking more in that direction. So there's that. Now, that's your past. And remember, as with everyone, your past informs your present and your future. So it's very important. And here we have it again. Despite my rigorous shuffling, the Knight of Wands comes up again. But it is informed differently here because of your past. Because your past is a life of contemplation, not like Okada, exactly Okada. That the odds of that are very small and shouldn't have happened, but here we are. Now, with this being your present, this is a life that is running out of control. This is a life that is careening wildly, despite your best efforts to rein it in, and despite you using your intellect to rein it in. This is your life right now, is riding on top of a giant warhorse who's going nuts. And you see, this is the look on your face, is it not? Ah! I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But remember, not that long ago, your life was calm. Your life was quieter. And then suddenly, everything went careening crazy. Everything went nuts and out of control. And that is very frustrating. And I just want you to know that sensation that you feel right now of trying to do the right thing, but feeling like everything is going every which way. Well, it's very normal. It's very normal and it's very understandable, and especially when you've come from such a place of quiet. This is very hard. So, thank you, Cami. Let's talk about this, because we've had two different futures, not just the card drawn twice, but we've had two different futures come from this. Isn't that interesting? Now, take a look at these two. Do they look kind of familiar to you? Do they have sort of a similar vibe to them? They're both pentacles. They're both about wisdom. They're both about knowledge. They're both about learning. But this guy is staring off into the middle distance. He's slightly considering these people. He's slightly considering the dog, but he's kind of lost. But she's not. She can see where she is going. And again, look at the pentacles here. They are crazy pants. They're everywhere. They're like a bouncing ball that's smacking all around the room. This is a future where you have organized your life. You've taken those things that have been bouncing around and smacking you in the face. Exactly Okada. She looks content and satisfied. It's not that her life is simple or that her life is easy. It's that she knows where she is going, she knows what she has to do, and she has the resources, the knowledge base to get it done. Now, just order from chaos, exactly, Renee. Just like Renee, you are going to be getting a sign soon. So I do want you to keep your eye open. Keep your eye open, because you will be getting a sign soon. When you do, you're going to need to follow it. Now, it's not literally going to be a bird, but it is likely going to be something coming out of here. And what that means is it's going to come up on you quickly. Something is going to change very rapidly, and then you're going to realize that you have an opportunity to move forward. Good to see you. And then I want you to take it. When you see that opportunity, when you see that clear signal, you're going to have all of those skills that you've learned through your life. everything that was chaos and craziness, it is going to give you the power you need. Look at her. She's literally putting her hand over that knowledge, that organized knowledge, that years of study. And she's using that power to push her forward. And that's exactly what you're going to do. I can't wait to hear about it. It's going to be amazing. Now, these darn cards keep trying to pop up on me. You guys are doing some mystical stuff here. I don't even know what you're up to. Thank you, Hound. I look forward to it. Now, thank you all for the likes. I really appreciate that. Now, Destiny, you've given a gift, and that does pop you up to the front. So, Destiny, do you A, consent to having your fortune read? And B, if you do, what number? Give me a number between 1 and 5. But you must say that you consent. I will not read your future without your consent, Destiny. Thank you, Destiny. I appreciate that. You're very sweet. But I will not. Yes, and 3. Thank you for putting them together. I appreciate that, by the way. Now, we're going to do 3 threes. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Now I've got 4 piles here. Destiny, I just want you to say stop. Whenever you feel right, say stop. Thank you, Nika. Whenever it feels right, there, stop. I'm going to remove these. I'm getting an energy. We need to move these slightly. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready, Destiny? Thank you, Dylan. This, Destiny, is your past. We're going to talk about that in a second. This is your future. Your present. Interesting. Page of Swords. The High Priestess is your past. Huh. Not going to show you this one just yet. Let me set these aside. I want you to see these. Now, Destiny. Destiny, your past is the High Priestess. Look at this priestess. Do you see something familiar here, Destiny? Look at what she's wearing. She has a crown with a moon affixed on top. There is a crescent moon down below. Yes, Pup, thank you all so much for being respectful in the chat. You're making this a wonderful experience for everyone. And here she has a scroll that she holds at her hand. Thank you so much, Destiny. Destiny, let's talk about the moon, because the moon has informed your life. You have been changed by the nighttime. You have been changed by darkness. If I was a more fantastical person, I would say you were a kind of vampire, but I'm not saying that, Destiny. What I'm saying is that your life has been changed at night. Your life has gone very differently because of nighttime. That isn't at all accurate, is it? Take care, Okada. Exactly, Hound. My monitors have done an amazing job, and I'm so proud of all of you. Now, I want you to think about this High Priestess. That's true. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you, Destiny. I don't want to talk about that too much because I don't want to be disrespectful. But I know that you've had pain in your past, and I know that you've had things that have been hard. And I just want to acknowledge that, and we're going to move on because that's not your present or your future. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate those sweet, sweet gifts. We are going to talk about this, Destiny. Love the name, by the way, very appropriate for this reading. We have here the Page of Swords. Now, look at this guy. What's he up to? What's he doing? He has one drawn sword. I'm so glad that I've helped you, Destiny. And I'm so glad that this has been middle name. Yeah. This is the way these things often go, but I'm glad to hear it. You've gone from this, from a sitting position, from the night stealing your sleep, to this. Thank you, Destiny. You're so sweet. This is an action-oriented card. This person is poised for battle. Look at his feet. He isn't just standing there. He's about to swing. He's about to take action. Thank you, Nika. I appreciate that. He's about to do something. This shows me that you have become more than your past. You have stood and you have taken a stand, even though it's been very painful, even though it's been really hard. And you are ready to face what's coming. If you see here in the background, the wind is blowing. The wind is blowing his hair back. There is adversity literally blowing at you. But you came prepared, Destiny. You came prepared with this. Everybody thought you were this. Everybody thought you were quiet and meek and docile and not worth paying attention to. And you're here to say, surprise, mother effers! And you now have the power inside you to make a difference. You have manifested that. This is an outward sign of your inward strength. And this means that you are going to make a decisive decision very soon. It also means that something is moving against you right now. And I'm not trying to be like dramatic or that you're in danger or anything like that, but you know what I'm talking about. Something is actively working against you right now. You see that wind, you see that hair, that this page is poised and the wind is blowing in his face, but he is holding firm. He is standing firm and he is ready to act. And you're ready to act too. And when the time comes, I want you to swing. I'm not saying to hurt somebody. Let's be clear. We're talking metaphor. But I'm saying I want you to act. You will act against the forces that are trying to get you back here. Thank you so much, Nika. They're trying to put you back in that chair, and you are never going back in that chair again. That chair helped you, and you learned a lot, and you became a student of the shadows. But now it's time to act. So let's talk about this final card, Destiny. Hello, James. Let's talk about the Ten of Cups. This is, as was said before, a celebration card. This is joy. This is This is success. This is riches. This is fulfillment. Exactly. This is one hell of a future card. It's one of those cards that almost skips past interpretation. It's one that says, do 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 do. You know, this is for the win, which is why I didn't want to show it to you just right. I wanted you to thank you so much, by the way. This shows you that you will be successful. Not that it's going to be easy. Not that you're not in the middle of adversity right now, but that you will succeed. There's a couple of things I do want to mention on here, though. You won't be alone. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about romance. I'm not talking about romance. But what I'm saying is you will not be alone. There are people in your life that are there for you. Those people are really there for you. They want to help you. They are going to help you succeed. So you are not going to be alone when it comes time. You're going to feel like you're alone. Thank you so much. But you're not. Your success will come from your personal strength, your personal knowledge that you've learned back here. But you're going to push through along with the help of those around you. They are going to help you. And you're going to succeed together. And you're going to find this path of glory and this success that comes from the 10 golden cups. I'm glad you like it. So I'm very excited for you, Destiny. And thank you. Now, I need to make sure that we don't put these back on the top. We need to put these elsewhere. We need to shuffle. You are very welcome, Destiny. Now, I believe, thank you, Nika. I believe, Nika, you did give a gift, and that does pop you up there. That is how it works. I am going to try to do as many people as I can, but I do have to make choices like that. So, Nika, I want you, first of all, you must give me your consent. I will not read your future without your consent. I should do Mrs. Doubtfire cosplay sometime, Renee. And Nika, I want you to give me a number, between 1 and 5. A number between 1 and 5. Yes, you did. All right, Charlie. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This feels a little strange. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Now, Nika, whenever it feels right, I want you to say stop. It's funny. I was wondering if it was going to be that one or not. Now, are you ready, Nika? Past. 4 of Pentacles. Present. One of the major arcana. Judgment. Interesting. We'll talk about that in a second. hold off on that for a second. Hello, Liam. Good to see you. Now, getting some interesting energies off of these. Thank you, Liam. We have here the Four of Pentacles. I want you to look very closely. Look at the robe that they have on. Look at his quiet contemplation. And look at his positioning of this knowledge. The knowledge is above his head. He is holding the knowledge, and it is also below his feet. And that is very important because this is your past. This is your past. You carry your past with you at all times, don't you, Nika? Your past is always with you. Every step you take, the things that have happened in your past, they march along with you. And whenever you stop for a moment, there it is. And most importantly, here it is. Right here. Right? Yeah. Now, having a good knowledge of your past is great. But what this is showing me is that your past is holding you back. Is that your past is pulling you down. This is like weights on your feet. And this is like or I'll use my example, like a kettlebell that you're carrying with you. And this, even though you have this crown of knowledge, it is weighing you down. So these are good things, but that is a problem. Thank you so much, Biscuit. We're going to have to do something about that. Okay? This is a pretty heady one for present. This is challenging. Now, obviously, the imagery of judgment here is pretty straightforward. This is putting forward the last day of judgment when Gabriel blows his horn, the dead rise and are judged. But I don't want you to think of this as you being judged. What I want you to think exactly, Hound, just like Shakespeare said. It was good enough for Henry, that it was good enough for me. This is about an awakening. Look at these people. They are rising out of their crypt, and they are coming forward for transformation. They are being called out of their prison. They are being called out and called forward. You can see the loud blare that is going forward. It's painful and it's hard, but it is a transformation. And that's what you're going through right now, Nika. You're not the same person you were 6 months ago. Obviously, we all change, but you're really not the same person you were 6 months ago. That you've gotten a call that has called you forward to the future. And you must obey that. You cannot ignore who you are meant to be. You have practically gotten a divine command to rise up, to become the person you're supposed to be. Okay? But let's not be kidding. It kind of sucks because, Graves blaring noise. This is not a comfortable card, shall we say, but it's a transformative one. Now, where does that take you? The Queen of Wands. Now, this is very important. Remember that all of these cards inform each other. Look, this is where you started, Nika. This is where you started. With knowledge, but weighed down, heavy, pulling you down. You went through this transformation. You are going through this transformation right now. And now you're still the same person you were before. You know, you're still the same person, but you are very different now. Because now you are no longer burdened by your past. You command your future. Instead of the crown weighing you down, look at the head tilted upwards, just so. Tilted towards the future. You hold a staff in your hand. You hold power. You hold beauty in this flower. And look here at the Queen of Wands. Look at this little kitty cat. Nika. Nika. I think that you have real power that is being unleashed. And this cat is indicative of that part of yourself that has been hidden away, that has been weighed down, that is being freed, that is moving forward. Yes, regal, exactly so, James. This is your future. This is who you are supposed to be. But Nika, it does mean that you have to get through this first. And it's going to be really uncomfortable. It's going to be really loud. And it's going to feel very vulnerable. But you will get through it. You will get through to here, where you are at a place where you can sit down without being burdened, without being hurt. Okay? Okay. Now, James, Liam, I would love to read y'all's next, but I have to stop now. I would love to read all of yours next. So I want y'all to keep in mind, I will be doing these in the future. I'll be doing these, and I would love to do y'all's readings, okay? But just keep an eye out. I'll try to let you know when I'm going to do them in the future. But again, we need to give a special thanks to Hound, who not only got me these wonderful rings that I love, but got me these cards that allowed me to do this reading. And I certainly appreciate that. You're going to be all right, Nika. You're going to be great. You're going to be fantastic. You're all going to be great. I believe in all of you. That's right. We need to thank her. So you all guys take care. I love each and every one of you. You're all wonderful. If you want to see what I'm up to, go to roleplayriot.com. Roleplayriot.com redirects you to all the shenanigans that I'm up to. Okay? So you guys take care. Have a good evening. Thank you, Cody. I'm just going to pull one more. 1, 2, 3. And remember, everyone, the burden that you're carrying right now will pass. The burden that you're carrying right now will pass. Don't give up. You got this. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.